Hi there, I'm Sherri Thomas, and there's a lot of churn right now going on inside so many companies. There are reorgs, there are layoffs, there's this revolving door of changing leaders, changing bosses where you get a new boss every few months. All of this can really take a toll on your emotions and the exhaustion of having to build and rebuild your credibility all the time with company leaders and new managers. What I teach are things you can do right now to help you up level your reputation, your influence, your self-confidence, so that you can be more of a decision maker in your own career and you get to decide who you want to work for and the type of job role and work that you want to be doing. I want to help you get more promotions and leadership opportunities in your corporate career. Working in the last 15 years with Fortune 100 leaders, including 8 years in HR at a Fortune 100 company as the lead branding strategist and leadership coach for VPs and leaders and high performers. It's given me expertise into why so many professionals are able to move up in their corporate career so easily while others stay stuck. And what I'm seeing through my own career and those of my clients is that it doesn't matter if you're an individual contributor or a manager or a leader. It doesn't matter what your job title is. I'm seeing that the ability to build a powerful executive presence in front of company leaders can significantly expand or limit your career growth, especially inside changing environments. So yes, getting big results is king. When you're going after a promotion or a big salary increase, you have to make a big impact in your department, and that means getting big results. But many times, that's not enough. Many times, you achieve these big goals, these stretch goals, and then nothing really happens. The big payday doesn't come. So if this is you, if you're feeling invisible in your corporate career or undervalued or underappreciated, I'm going to give you 3 strategies to help you rise up from your peers and build a bigger reputation with company leaders. And these are just a handful of the strategies that I give to my clients. And my clients are professionals in the corporate world like you. They're struggling, they're frustrated. They don't know what it takes to get to that next level. So these strategies that I'm going to give you, I want you to start doing them. They can immediately help you build a stronger reputation, more alignment, more influence, more control in your corporate career. And the first strategy is focusing on results. So there are 2 common complaints among Fortune 100 executives. There have been a lot of surveys that are done all over, and they ask Fortune 100 executives like what their biggest frustrations are. And 2 common complaints came back regarding presenters. So presenters who go in and present to company leaders and executives. 2 common complaints. One is the presenter tends to lack executive presence. And what I mean by executive presence is, do you exude some power and some confidence? Do you have superior communications? And these are the traits that are defined by executive presence. Do you have a polished look or a polished sound? Are you authentic? You might think about people who are presenting, or you might think about leaders in your own company, and maybe they talk and you really don't trust them, or they just don't capture your attention. That means they probably don't have a really strong executive presence. So that's what executives are craving. They want professionals to come in and have a type of, exude a type of executive presence. And also the second complaint is presenters tend to ramble too much. So to help you conquer both of these, my suggestion is you focus on results, and specifically those results that you've already achieved and those results that you're in the process of achieving. So if you don't already have one, I recommend creating a scorecard for yourself. A single slide. It's on one slide, one chart. It's a scorecard, and it just very quickly captures your biggest projects, with your current and projected results. And more specifically, I want you to really focus on quantifiable results. So those are results in terms of dollars, numbers, percentages, quantifiable results. That's how you speak the language of leaders. That's how you get their attention and respect. I want you to add trend lines on your scorecard for context, showing the history and the future predictions. I use green, yellow, and red symbols. So I made a circle, just a circle, and would color it either green, yellow, or red, just to very quickly capture the status of each of my projects and programs, and then capture any big issues in your scorecard. And so share this scorecard, one slide, at the beginning of every presentation, the beginning. And of course, be prepared for, follow-up questions, and make sure you have the materials in the back of your presentation. But every presentation, every update, every conversation with your manager and your manager's boss and executives. This way, you're speaking with company leaders in their language, the results and the value of work you're delivering to the organization. The second strategy to help you build a powerful reputation and executive presence with company leaders. The second one is I want you to cultivate a strong, positive relationship with your manager's boss. Think about if your manager leaves the company tomorrow. Who's going to vouch for your work? Who's going to be a champion of yours? You need a strong relationship with your manager's boss. So let me ask you, how often do you meet with your manager's boss? Do you meet regularly? Yeah, a lot of people struggle with this. So my suggestion is to have schedule a 30-minute one-on-one with your manager's boss. Ask if you can. And say that the reason is you'd like to align on expectations and get some advice. Now, if you're not sure what to talk about, I can share with you what I use. I can share with you what I give to my clients. These are 3 possibilities for you to talk about in that 30-minute meeting with your manager's boss. One is, I always like to share one big roadblock that I faced and already solved. And so just talk about very quickly, don't go on and explain, but just in, a couple sentences, tee up what the situation was, tee up what the big challenge was, and tee up how you solved it. And then ask, what do you think about that? And that's where the conversation begins. What do you think about that? This way, you're showcasing the level of problems that you're solving and you're comfortable with. You're showcasing your decision-making capabilities. Plus, you're also able to learn how that company leader thinks and solves problems. Another thing you could talk about is you can show your scorecard and talk about the highest priorities. So I'm not talking about showing your scorecard, going over every single thing that's on it. You don't need to do that. They're company leaders. They get it. They get it. Just show them the scorecard and they get it. But show them, and my suggestion is talk about your highest priorities. And so the 2 biggest currencies that you have are your time that you're spending and the results that you're getting. Those are your 2 biggest currencies. So share your priorities in a way that you say, for example, you could say, I'm spending 40% of my time on this project A that's projected to get, and talk about what the results is, projected to bring in $1 million in revenue. And then I'm spending 30% of my time on project B to whatever those results are projected to be to deliver a new service to customers or whatever. And then I spend 30% on project C to potentially save the department $200,000. This way, you're showing what your priorities are, you're showing your time allotment, and then ask the question, do you think I should make any adjustments to my priorities? And just listen. This right here allows a really deep discussion on priorities and alignment and expectations. And of course, you should also be having these conversations very regularly with your own manager. And another thing that you could talk about with your manager's boss is you could ask for support at the end of the meeting. So if you'd like any additional resources, any training, any shifts in the work that you're doing, ask for it. Or if you're working towards a promotion, you could say, I'm really working hard for a promotion. What can I do to exceed your expectations? This is a meeting for you to connect and learn. So be concise. You want to listen 3 times more than you talk. And never complain. This is not a meeting to complain. This is a meeting for you to really shape your executive presence in front of this leader. You're shaping your reputation. Don't complain. Don't use your precious time to complain. Ask smart questions. And then at the end of the meeting, just ask if you could schedule a follow-up one-on-one to continue the conversation. This is a powerful way to build a strong connection and alignment with a key influencer in your career. And it could potentially set you up as the department's next promotion. My third strategy, power move to help you build a stronger reputation inside the company. And these are all strategies that I've used. These are all strategies I give my clients to help them move up the career ladder. So the third power move is to build your executive presence with other company influencers. Yes, with your manager, yes, with your manager's boss, but there are other company influencers that you have. I want you to think about which leaders or customers or company influences could praise your work to others, who could promote you or influence others to promote you. It's probably your manager's peers. It could be your manager's boss's peers. It could be customers. But make a list and then ask yourself, how strong is your relationship with this person? How well does this person really understand the work you're doing and the value that you're bringing into the organization? And think about, are there any best practices or tools or new strategies that you could share with that person that could potentially help them with their team or their department? I'll tell you a quick story. Earlier in my career, I was an IT project manager. And one thing I did to build my own visibility and executive presence was I emailed every other week a project update. And I emailed it to my manager, my manager's boss, my list of company influencers. And I included my scorecard and, current results. I also included 1 or 2 bullet points of big challenges that I had already solved, my team had already solved, and a bullet point or 2 with challenges that I was in the process of solving. And of course, in each of those project updates, what I was doing was I was demonstrating the level of results that I'm comfortable driving. I was demonstrating the level of problems that I was comfortable managing through. And one of my updates was forwarded up to the leadership chain to our Fortune 100 CIO. And he invited me to come in and speak at his staff meeting. So these strategies are real and they work. One thing I learned is that after you have a big win, I found that so many leaders loved the opportunity just to pick my brain and see what they can learn from me. And it makes sense because you're the one who's in the work, your boots on the ground, they're higher level. They want to learn like the smartest ways, the most efficient ways, the best tools to get things done. They want to pick your brain. So I recommend, I encourage you to really be proactive. Send a note to your career influencers and think about what they may want to learn from you. And send a note that just says, hey, I'd be happy to give a 10-minute presentation at your next staff meeting on whatever, 3 lessons learned delivering a $10 million construction project, or 3 relationship building techniques we use to sign a new $10 million customer, whatever. I mean, you think about it. But these should be really deep insights that could potentially teach a leader or team something new. So many of my clients have used this approach to level up their reputation with company leaders. And we've just seen some great results, which help them really, really climb the ladder quickly. I've successfully reinvented my own career 4 times. And I fully believe that life is just way too short to stay stuck in a role that you've outgrown, or feel small in a career, or stay in a job where you feel unappreciated and undervalued. It's your career. You've got to own it. You've got to own it. So learning how to strengthen and role model your executive presence, it can really help you rise above your peers for more opportunities, faster promotions, a bigger, more meaningful career. Let me end this podcast with a question. What is stopping you from doing these 3 power moves? What is stopping you from implementing these 3 power moves? Do you need someone's approval? Do you need input? Do you need validation? Whatever it is, go get it. I want you to feel comfortable implementing these power moves. So if you need something, go get it, and then do it. Implement these. I've seen so many success stories from my clients and my own experience. I fully believe that when you step out authentically and humbly and with the intention to help others, you'll be able to step into the leadership role you're really meant to have in this world. I'm Sherri Thomas of your Leadership Lab, and if you want to become a client of mine and get personalized strategies to help you break through a career challenge that you're facing and help you take your career to the next level, then check out my website and my personal coaching packages at yourleadershiplab.com. That's yourleadershiplab.com. Oh, and one thing is that this week, when you come to my website, I'm giving away for free one of my most popular leadership tools that I use and I give to all my clients. That is my leadership career scorecard. And when you come to the website, you can download it immediately. And really, in less than 5 minutes, you'll know how company leaders are measuring you for a potential promotion. You'll know your pattern of growth. You'll see your pattern of influence. You'll see what hotspots you need to be jumping on right now. But I'm only giving it away this week. So if you want it, you'll need to grab it. That's yourleadershiplab.com. And that's where you can grab your own copy of my personal leadership scorecard. Thanks for listening. I'm Sherri Thomas. I'm here to help you level up your corporate career.